Have you ever wondered how some people manage to create wealth from nothing, while others continue to struggle month after month? If you're tired of living in debt, seeing your paycheck disappear before the end of the month, and feeling like you'll never achieve financial freedom, you're not alone. Many of us share this same frustration and pain. But imagine if there were a hidden secret that could transform your financial life forever. A proven method that ordinary people like you are using to create wealth from nothing. In this video, you will discover exactly how to do it. We will reveal the hidden secret to financial success and show you step by step how you can start creating wealth from scratch today. Let's get started. 1. Hidden opportunities. First, imagine yourself on a dark and mysterious night, where you and a group of people are riding horses up a steep mountain. Out of nowhere, a voice from the sky says, "Get off your horses, gather stones and fill your bags, then remount and continue your journey. Tomorrow morning, you will be both happy and sad at the same time." Some of you, curious and obedient, get off your horses, pick up the stones and fill your bags. Others, out of laziness or disinterest, ignore the voice and continue up the mountain. The next morning, with the sun shining, those of you who picked up the stones open your bags and discover that they have turned into diamonds. The joy is immense, but is soon followed by a slight feeling of sadness. If only you had picked up more stones, you would have even more diamonds. Those who didn't pick up any stones, on the other hand, deeply regret not seizing the opportunity. What's the lesson here? In life, we are often presented with opportunities that seem insignificant or even difficult to understand at the moment. We might feel lazy or disinterested, but if we seize these opportunities, we can discover something valuable in the future. Think of it like when you have the chance to learn something new or to take a risk on a new experience. Who knows, this opportunity might turn into your own diamond. So, next time a chance arises, remember this story and make the most of it. 2. Renewing hope. Have you ever felt paralyzed by something you can't do? This is more common than you might think. But here's a powerful tip. Never let what you can't do interfere with what you can do. In other words, focus on what's within your reach and do your best with it. Life has a funny way of surprising us when we concentrate on our capabilities. The main reason to renew your hope is simple. We begin to lose our lives when our memories become stronger than our aspirations. You know that moment when you catch yourself talking more about what you've done in the past than about your plans for the future. That's a sign that you're clinging too much to what's already happened. Renewing your hope means making room for new goals and dreams, giving your life a new direction. So start today by renewing your hope. Think about something you want to achieve and take the first step, no matter how small. Believe in your potential and remember that hope is a powerful fuel to move life forward. When you focus on what you can do, the impossible starts to seem possible, and your aspirations become stronger than any memory from the past. 3. The 3 most important things challenge. Let's do a quick and interesting exercise. Think about the 3 most important things that have ever happened in your life. It could be the day you had a child, started a family, landed your dream job, or met someone special. Take these moments and imagine how they have shaped who you are today. It's amazing to realize how these events, often unplanned, become fundamental pillars in our journey. Now, reflect on these moments and notice that many of them happened unexpectedly. Maybe you didn't wake up that day thinking you would meet someone who would change your life or have a unique opportunity. Life is full of surprises, and it's these surprises that bring the most significant and magical moments. This shows that even without planning, extraordinary things can happen. So the next time something unexpected comes up, remember these 3 moments and embrace the possibility that something incredible might be on the way. Life is made of these small and big surprises that transform us and help us grow. Value each experience because you never know when a simple event can become one of the most important moments of your life. What was the greatest positive surprise you've ever had? Share it with us in the comments. 4. Human nature and evolution. Have you ever heard someone say that we are spiritual beings having a human experience? This phrase sums up our journey here on Earth well. Life is a mix of good and bad moments, and we shouldn't expect to be happy all the time. Imagine life as a roller coaster. There are ups and downs, but each moment is part of the complete experience. In difficult times, know that they won't last forever. And in good times, Enjoy them to the fullest because they are precious. From the moment we are born, we know we will face challenges. It's no wonder we are born crying, as we already sense the obstacles life has in store for us. But these challenges are an essential part of our growth. Think about how a seed needs to break through the hard ground to bloom. Similarly, difficult moments shape us and prepare us to appreciate happiness even more. Understanding this dynamic helps us face life with more balance. When we accept that there will be moments of difficult joy, we learn to value each stage of our journey. It's like the story of the diamonds. The challenges we face today can become the greatest riches of tomorrow. And if you want some help turning those challenges into wealth, I have something special for you. Imagine being able to unlock prosperity in your life with a simple 7-second ritual. Did you know your brain might be blocking your wealth? Don't waste time. Check out the link in the pinned comment right now. But hurry! Only the first 50 people will get free access to the video of this powerful ritual. Take advantage of this unique opportunity to transform your financial life. Now let's continue. 5. The importance of respect and self-esteem. Have you ever stopped to think about how you see yourself? The way you view, value, and respect yourself is fundamental to your success and well-being. Self-esteem is the foundation of everything. If you don't respect yourself, it's hard to expect others to do so. Think of self-esteem as a mirror. It reflects the image you have of yourself to the world. The good news is that self-esteem and self-image are not fixed like cement or steel. They can be transformed by the way you talk to yourself and the words you choose to use. No one is condemned to remain as they have always been. We all have the ability to transcend, to reinvent ourselves. Imagine that you can rewrite your own story, starting today, with a more positive and respectful attitude towards yourself. When you value yourself, you start making better choices and attracting more respect from others. Begin treating yourself with the same consideration and care that you would give a good friend. You deserve to be treated with respect, and that starts with you. And before we continue, please like the video to support the channel and help share this knowledge with more people. Your support is crucial for helping more people transform their financial lives. 6. Communication and dialogue. Let's talk about communication. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to be misunderstood? Effective communication is much more than just talking. It's about ensuring the other person truly understands your message. There are 3 levels of communication: from mouth to ear, from brain to brain, and from heart to heart. The first level is the most basic, mouth to ear. This is simply hearing the words. Have you ever ordered sparkling water at a restaurant and received still water instead? This is a classic example of a failure at this level of communication. There wasn't a true understanding of the request. To move forward, we need to go beyond words and understand the meaning behind them. The second level is brain to brain, where we truly understand and process what is being said. Finally, the deepest level is heart to heart. This is where true connection happens, where we feel what the other person is feeling. A great way to reach this level is through stories and metaphors. Think of Jesus, who used parables to teach important lessons. Telling stories makes the message more accessible and memorable, allowing it to resonate deeply with the listener. Let me tell you a story that illustrates the importance of having an effective model. Imagine a large ship full of gold sailing the seas. Suddenly, the ship's engine stops working. The ship's owner, desperate, calls the best mechanic in the area. This mechanic works all day but can't fix the engine. Then they call the best engineer. He spends 2 days trying but also can't solve the problem. Finally, they call the engine's builder, who was far away but came by helicopter. He arrives, listens to the engine noises, touches the pipes, and quickly finds a valve with a red wire. He asks for a hammer, gives a single tap, and like magic, the engine starts working perfectly. The difference? The engine builder knew exactly where to tap. When the invoices come, the mechanic charges $100 for his work, the engineer $400, and the engine builder charges $10,000. The ship's owner, perplexed, asks why the builder's bill is so high. And he replies, giving a tap costs once, knowing where to tap costs $9.9999. This story teaches us that it's not just the idea that matters, but the model and knowledge to execute it effectively. Having a solid model can be the key to success. whether in business, personal life, or any other endeavor. Before we move on to the next topic, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep learning how to unlock wealth in your life. 7. The present and the future. Have you ever stopped to think about why we call the current moment the present? Because it is a true gift from God. Life happens here and now, and it's crucial to make the most of every moment. Imagine life as an hourglass. The sand that hasn't fallen yet represents the future. The sand that is falling is the present, and the sand that has already fallen is the past. The secret is to live intensely in the present while still planning for the future. The future has an incredible power to shape the present. Think about when you book a dream trip for a month from now. Just knowing that this trip is coming makes your ordinary Monday feel more exciting. This is the power of anticipation. Having future goals and dreams can make each day more interesting and motivating. However, it's also important to remember that the present can influence the past. This might sound strange, but it's true. Let's imagine you had a negative experience in the past, like losing a loved one in a specific place. If you can reinterpret this event in a more positive way, you can change how it affects you today. This doesn't mean erasing the past, but giving it a new meaning that allows you to move forward more lightly and optimistically. 8. Perception and interpretation. Let's talk about how our perception can change everything. Imagine a 70-year-old lady who, after a long marriage, is facing a divorce because she can't return to the farm where her aunt who raised her suddenly passed away. This painful memory prevents her from enjoying a place that was once full of good memories. So, I suggested a new perspective. What if the aunt chose to die on the farm as a final gift, to show how much she loved that place and the family? This simple change in perception made a huge difference. Instead of seeing the farm as a place of sadness, she began to see it as a place of love and care, where the aunt left her final sign of affection. This new interpretation allowed her and her husband to reconnect and find a new way to appreciate life together. They didn't change the past, but they changed how the past affected their present and future. This shows that we can't change the facts, but we can change the way we interpret them. Often, a simple change in perspective can transform a painful experience into a valuable lesson or a fond memory. 9. Forgiveness and growth. Have you ever heard the saying to forgive is divine? Forgiveness is not just an act of kindness, but also an act of intelligence. Holding on to grudges is like carrying extra weight that only hinders our path. Imagine you're carrying a backpack full of rocks. Each grudge is an additional rock, making your journey harder and more tiring. When you forgive, it's like taking those rocks out of the backpack, relieving the weight and allowing you to walk lighter and with more energy. Forgiving someone who hurt you in the past is not easy, but it is liberating. Forgiveness doesn't mean you forget what happened or agree with the other person's actions. It means you choose not to let that event control your life and emotions. Think of someone you haven't forgiven yet. By holding on to the grudge, you're giving that person power over you. But when you forgive, you take back that power and decide to move forward more lightly and happily. Additionally, forgiveness opens the door to personal growth. When you forgive, you allow yourself to learn from the experience and grow from it. It's like a plant that needs to be pruned to grow stronger. The act of forgiving is the pruning that removes the dead or diseased parts of your life, allowing new leaves and flowers to sprout. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, allowing you to move forward with a new perspective and a lighter heart. So remember, your actions matter. This video might not help everyone who watches it, but if it makes a difference in one person's life, it's worth it. If it made a difference for you, comment. This made a difference for me. I don't know how you'll use everything you heard today, but I hope you feel inspired to make small changes that can have a big impact. Subscribe to the channel and keep learning and growing. On the screen, you'll see 2 videos full of wisdom. Click on them and continue your journey of growth and knowledge.